we're ready to go.
Thank you, Sam. Hello, welcome to today's hearing. My name is Councillor Baclini and I shall be chairing the meeting. My colleagues, Councillor Gallant, Councillor Driscoll and I comprise today's subcommittee. Sam Kirkham, who is the clerk to the subcommittee, will be minuting the meeting, and Alison Love is the legal advisor to the subcommittee. You will have all received or seen the agenda pack within which is contained the licensing officer's report with details of the application in section 1. To confirm, we are dealing with the application for a new premises license made by Registraran Thanusikan at Everydayz 159 Uxbridge Road, London W7 3SP. We note there have been several representations objecting to the application from interested parties. In accordance with procedure, I shall invite the applicant to present the application, answer any questions and call any witnesses. I will also invite those who have made representations, objections, to make the representations, answer any questions and call any witnesses. At the conclusion of the hearing, the subcommittee, accompanied by the legal advisor and the committee democratic services officer, will retire to consider its decision. The decision will be given at the end of the meeting and confirmed in writing within 5 working days. If the panel cannot reach a decision today, you will be notified in writing within 5 working days of the panel's decision. I'd like to note that the applicant, the agent, withdrew from attending today's hearing. But in this case, we would still want to hear from the police and from the Safer Community teams. I would like also to ask our Safer, I heard that our Safer Communities representative is here. Can you please, hi, hello. Can you please let us know your name and what you have to tell us about this case today?
Do you want me to do my full part now?
No, just tell me, yes.
Okay, my name's Abby Shaw. I am the Safer Communities team leader for the Ealing and Hanwell area. Obviously, this licence premise or new application for a licence premise falls within the Hanwell Broadway ward, which is one of the wards I have responsibility for.
Thank you so much, Abby. Sam, the police is not attending?
Yes, no, I haven't been able to reach the police. I haven't been able.
Okay, thank you, Sam. In this case, please, Abby, if you could present your case. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, I've submitted a representation to object to this new licence premise because of the area they wish to open the premise in, which is in, as I mentioned, within the Hanwell Broadway ward, which is quite a busy town centre with busy transport links for National Rail, bus services, etc., etc. It's a residential area that's renowned for the clock tower, which is obviously commonly known, amongst everyone that lives in the London Borough of Ealing. The reason for my objection is over the last few years, Hanwell Broadway as a ward, a whole ward, has seen a massive increase in antisocial behaviour associated with street drinking. So we have issues of people spitting, urinating, littering their cans throughout the area, obstructing public and business access, and it's caused various criminal disorders as well, such as a number of ABHs, GBHs, and other incidents such as like indecent exposure. As part of my objection, I attached a number of exhibits, which shows I think there's a news article in there which gives a general overview of the ASB that occurs in Hanwell Broadway, again associated with the level of street drinking and the impact that that has on local residents. There's also a couple of Twitter handle pages that we've we've used in various enforcement applications, again, which shows the impact that the street drinking behaviour has had on members of the public that are trying their best to look out for the area. The area as well was given a designated special priority area under the 2020 Licensing Act. So it does mean that that there is a high footfall of alcohol-related crime within that area. So that's why that special priority area was given to that area around the clock tower. And I just think it's fair. I should be saying that on behalf of the residents and the businesses in that area, the impact of the street drinking, antisocial behaviour, and crime does affect people's day-to-day lives, their businesses. Women often come to our team and the police and express their fear of safety in the area, that they don't feel safe in the area that they live in because they're having to step across people that are intoxicated, laying in the middle of the street. So it's from the safer communities perspective, I would like the panel to consider objecting to this new license application.
Thank you, Abby. I'll now ask my fellow councillors if they have any questions to ask you. Councillor Gallant? Yes, go ahead, please.
So Abby, can I just ask you, and I don't know if you know the answer to this question, this premises, did it have a license prior to this? Did it close and then is somebody actively setting up a new license, or was it some other kind of outlet before that?
So there is a suggestion that this applicant is linked to a previous license application called Hanwell News, which was situated across on the other side of the Uxbridge Road, so on the side where Lidl is.
Yes.
But we've got no evidence-wise to suggest that the applicants are related, or it's going to be somebody that worked in Hanwell News that is reopening this business. So there is a suggestion there that I can say that for certain, but we've not been able to evidence that exactly.
Okay, well that's very helpful. I mean that's also helpful. But I was just thinking about the physical premises. What was it? What is it now, effectively?
I think it's just a disused business.
It's not selling alcohol at the moment. It's not
No.
trading. No. Okay, fine.
No.
That's a question.
Councillor Driscoll, go ahead, please.
Abby, I'm just going to clarify a couple of points in terms of the application. Obviously, the applicant or their agent isn't here, but the standard conditions or ways of mitigating or meeting the licensing objectives have been stated, i.e. the challenge 25, CCT observations, not serving somebody who appears to be intoxicated. So those provisions are in the application. But is there anything that is meeting the requirements of the area in the application, or that has demonstrated that the application is specific to the area and to that area's needs? Can you see anything in there?
If you give me a couple of minutes just to have a quick review of it again.
Page 19 in the pack has the
thank you.
Conditions which they're going to take to ensure they meet the licensing objective. So it's at the bottom of page 19, I think. Yeah, page 18, then over to 19. Yeah, so they look quite standard, but I'm not sure, are they sufficient to reflect the needs of the area?
I think for me, if the panel today were to consider granting the application, I think additionally I would like to see additional conditions, such as a condition around singular cans not being sold, because that seems to be, obviously, again, that's associated with regular street drinkers. They'll go in and tend to buy one can as opposed to a pack. I can't see anything in there about specifically high strength alcohol, which again would assist with limiting limiting such well, it would prevent high strength alcohol being sold in the premises. I'm again just having a look. It says any person who appears to be drunken and aggressive will not be permitted into the premises and will not be allowed to purchase alcohol. That should be a standard prevention of crime and disorder anyway, that they shouldn't be selling to anybody under the influence of alcohol, regardless of whether they're aggressive or not. It would be interesting to see how they would enforce that by saying they would not be allowed to be in the premise, or not permitted to inside the premises. I think I can't see anything more that immediately comes out to me. I think does that answer your question, Councillor Driscoll?
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much.
Any further questions, councillors?
No.
To ask Abby? No further questions.
No further questions, no.
Well, I just noted that Abby had she highlighted that there is a need for a condition in case we agree on the license, which is prohibiting the sale of single cans of alcohol. If we can note this, please, Sam. I will move now to summing up. Can I invite you again, please, Abby, to sum up for us, please? Thank you.
Yeah, so I think from a summary from the Safer Community, on behalf of the Safer Communities team, is that our position is that we stand by the objection to this application, again, because taking into consideration the high volume level of ASB and crime in the area that is highly associated with street drinking. Obviously, there are exhibits within the pack that demonstrates the impact that it has on residents, which they've provided photographs of what their day-to-day lives are like, passing through Hanwell, going to shops, taking their children to school, etc. The fact the area is a special priority area because of the increased street drinking or level of street drinking over the years, and unfortunately that is still occurring up until today, which we are obviously working with our police colleagues to try and combat and try and resolve the issues, and by putting objections in for new licensed premises to prevent more premises opening up in the area to sell alcohol is one of the avenues we are considering. So I think that's a summary from me, but again, I'm happy to take any questions for clarity.
Thank you, Abby. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any further questions to Abby? No further questions. Okay, the panel will now retire to deliberate together with legal advisor and clerk, and should be back, I think, about, let's say, 2 or 2:15. Alison, what do you think?
Perhaps 2 initially, and then obviously Sam can let it just be Abby, won't it, in this instance? So yes. Sam can let Abby know if that's likely to be delayed.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you. Sam, can you please put the live feed off?